Hi there, this time in a Ishuma Swiss tournament. 3 academies, 2 havens, and 1 sanctuary. This is going to go very poorly. Okay, we have a turn 1. I'd say this is about as good as we get, really. Let's do it. So I usually don't like using things other than Crag and, oh damn, we got double. Alright. This is fantastic. But I usually don't like using Crag, anything but Crag, Frius, and Garant because other things generally aren't fast. And I need something that's quite fast if I am going to... interesting. If I'm going to be able to finish in time. Okay. I think what we need to do here is build up our might and I'd say move this out of the way and just do our damage. And next turn, if they want to block, I can instead use my hero ability with a Snow Maiden. And that lets us keep getting the damage through. Oh, damn. At the end of the turn, if you have 0 resources, deal 1 damage to your hero. Interesting. At this point, killing that off would be quite nice, actually. So I might have to waste a creature. Alright, so we get out the honor. That lets us finish that off. And I'm going to waste a creature to kill that. Oh wait, no, that has a preemptive strike. Damn it, that means I shouldn't have attacked at all. Ugh, I thought that... For some reason I was thinking that had retribution instead of preemptive strike. Damn it. I see that so rarely that I didn't think about it. I should always read cards that I don't see very often so that I don't screw up. Gargoyle, that's shit-tastic. We have a magic shooter and a melee here. That is unfortunate. Look at top cards of opponent's library. 1 in their graveyard. Okay. And they can do it again, which means they get even more out of me. Which is shit-tastic. Alright. Coral Priestess. Okay, so now we have a choice. We can either kill this off of this turn, or we can kill this off this turn. Or we could just get more damage through, and then ignore that for this turn. But having this out might be the better idea, so I can actually start using it more. Alright, so instead of thinking too much about it, I'm just gonna do it. Alright. So now, I'll be able to get an extra 3 damage through, unless they place a shooter back here. Which they very well might. This thing is flying, so actually they could put another one back here, another gargoyle. Void Knight. Whenever a creature dies, banish it. Yeah, they did in fact play another back there. Okay, so that complicates things slightly. Alright then. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter. What I could do actually is outmaneuver this down here, move this up, use my ability to do 2 damage to that, kill that off, do that to get the damage through, and then play this back here for even more ambush. What kind of magic are we looking at? Dark and Primal. Alright. So nothing that's gonna mass nuke everything, most likely. Now, next turn I don't think we have to worry about too much, except for what they have on the board. What we play is going to be pretty much irrelevant. And they see that. Excellent. So we get to move on to round 2. Alright, Sandolphin, this is going to go very poorly. But we have a fairly decent lineup here. A reasonable one. So, first, we get out the ambush, which immediately dies to some kind of spell. No. Okay, that works. So now, I can get out 2 things if I want, and I think I probably do want. And I think I actually want to get a Nog out. So we throw that out there, give this some backup so we can take care of that if it's used to block. And we get out the extra might. So now if he blocks, we just outmaneuver and get that Naga through. We could use the extra resource protection. Alright, so this comes out. Moving that out of the way, get the Naga in there. And then, I think we just need more might. That's going to be the most important thing right now. And we can actually do that again next turn for even more resources. No, he's killing that. He's like, nope, none of that shit. And that's reasonable. They usually let me get 1 through, and then they kill it off immediately. They're like, no, that's not happening a second time. It's usually how that goes. Also, their ability, discard a card, gain 2 resources. Pretty good. So now, we have 6, which is glorious. And we can get out a Sayama. In addition to doing our damage, I'm getting out 1 more thing, and I think this is going to be pretty important. So let's throw this out to there. And for now, do I want to actually do the 2 damage to that? Maybe. Or alternatively, I think we just play this instead. And then keep the surprise factor. I'd rather play this and use the ability on the same turn. There's really no point in doing anything otherwise because I'm going to have the same amount of damage on the field regardless. So it's pretty pointless. I'd rather not have to move around my Snow Maiden in order to use its ability when instead, if it were still static, like this can stay where it is and I can still throw this out there and use my ability the optimal way. Now that needs to die, and in order to do that, and has retribution, so it's going to be a pain in the ass to deal with. But in order to do that, let's see, what can we actually make happen here? 4, 5, 6, 7, right. So what we actually have to do is get this out, use the ability to deal damage to that, and then use the old, let's see, what does this have? Charge. Okay. So then we can use this right here to move this down and finish it off. Excellent. Get a little bit of damage through. Perfect. And actually, wait, how much? Yeah, that had too much retribution, or that had retaliation regardless. So he's gonna take a little bit anyway. Oh man, we got the tower. Excellent. Oh damn. I'm okay with that. Can still use my ability to finish this off if needed. We could get the Kabuki out. I kind of like using it as a hidden weapon for buffing up something in the back. Like I would attack with that and then send out the Kabuki in his place and attack with that again. It's a great way to get a little bit of extra in. Okay, charge needs to die. And I need a little bit of fortune, a little bit of destiny that is, to actually get this out. but I believe I should. So, Destiny up. Get the Kabuki out. And that enables me to finish this off. And then we can Kappa up over here. Pretty good idea. In order to protect to that. Excellent. And this is immune to retaliation, so we can also do a bit of damage there. Sneak some more damage in. Just waiting on that tsunami or some shit. That would be bad. One of those cyclone things that just shuts down my entire melee lane. Oh, damn. Okay. And as income. How best to deal with that? Well, this only has... Okay, yeah, either way it's still going to have some retaliation in it and plenty damage. In that case, it doesn't matter so much. So I should probably use my ability right now in order to get some extra damage through. And I could beef up. Might not be a horrible idea. Let's do it. And that lets me get this out here. Lets me draw a card too, which is pretty great. But that's the finisher, so it doesn't matter. Perfect. And that means we get to compete in the finals. Super excellent. Oh no, it's a Kelthor. Shit. Well, we have a decent start. I suppose it could be better if we were going second, for example. Because I won't have the resources to outmaneuver after playing my stuffage. Of course, he could just firebolt at this point. Still have the resources to get something out with equal damage. So what's sad? I mean, how much resources? This is 1, 2. Okay, 1 as well. So it's not too big of a deal. Okay, get the damage through. And we need more might. Throw this out here. Alright. Now's when he starts taking out my shit. You gonna take out my shit? No. It's gonna block me. Okay. That's reasonable. Well, I can't actually deal with that very well at the moment. Not well at all. So, what I could do is outmaneuver that and kill it off. And then just move that down or something. Or up. That might be the better way. But it could die to a firebolt at that point. Could just Kappa. I think killing something off this turn would be the better idea, however. So I'll throw this out, let's say here, move that down, smack it once, and then, do I really want to put that in danger? Let's say no. It means that he has a huge fireball target, but he's not yet at fireball stage yet. That could change very rapidly, of course, and is he going to use that to take care of my creature right now? That would suck. Yes, he is. Okay. Shit. That certainly complicates things, because I'm not sure if I can... No, I actually can finish it off. Okay. I probably should, but it's going to cost me. Oh, no. Alright, so we attack it there. We outmaneuver that up. Attack it again. And get out the last bit of might we need. This is the problem. This is the problem. You end up trying to fight off Kelthor's crap because he has too many things with high HP that you have to use multiple creatures to attack with, and as a result, he gets a huge HP lead on you, and then he wipes the board, and then just summons POWs and more Shredders, and you don't have the board presence in order to actually deflect all of those shots. Kelthor, you are a pain in the ass. However, I just noticed how well detailed that panther type thingy is. It's quite nice. Huh. Looks a little bit like wood, however. Tainted Door, can't do a damn thing about it. Shit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can kill it off, but I would probably die in the process, because he can do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with a POW, and he can buff up because he's got a Weaken the Mercenary sitting right there, which means I would die. But if he attacks and then uses an altar and then kills me with his orc, then that's going to be just as bad. Alright. I feel like I should probably play this. This is getting risky. It is getting super risky because if I attack with that, he can firebolt this and do 4, 5, 6 damage and then still have enough to buff up. So I can't attack with this. If I do, I'm probably dead. So I just have to get in my own damage to sort of even things out a little bit and keep blocking. Unfortunately, he can still attack and use an altar to get the same thing done, and that, along with one of these buffs, would still finish me off. He has too many ways to win right now. That's how Kelthor is. He's got all the ways, yeah. See, because he had the firebolt. He double firebolts, shit, and he still has the resources to finish me. See, that's what I was saying. If I attacked, well, that's just pointless. Well, no, that's the more concrete way to do it. Okay. That's what I was saying. If he had a firebolt, just one of them, he could have won if I attacked, and the retaliation would have finished me off. I mean, I probably should have blocked there. I should have blocked his other creature because I already knew what he was planning, knew what he was capable of, but you gotta deal damage sometime against Kelthor. The problem is there's no good time to do it. Ever. Oh well, let's see if we got a pack. And the results are in, and I did in fact get a 5 Towers pack. So let's see what we got in it. Yeah. And we did get a few new things. So, yes, we actually got a new thing that isn't premium. Shalasa's Blade. Enchanted creature gains +1 for each ongoing water spell in play. Interesting if you made like a pure water buff, like you used things like Refreshing Spring and, you know, the Icy Weapon and that kind of thing. However, those generally don't even stick around very long. It's kind of sad, but I don't think this has much use, really. If it does, I mean, you'd have to play a really spell-heavy deck. Maybe some of the academies have a better use for it, I suppose. We also got Crimson Bond. Search a library for enchant creature spell card, put it in your hand, deal damage to your hero equal to that card's cost. Damn. Yeah, well, it is 0 cost, so I guess it's kind of like having multiple, and I suppose that would be reasonably good for a deck that relies, kind of like what I do, on using things like Icy Weapon and what else do I use? The other Ice Shell. That would be great. It's like having another one in your deck, but really that could be costly. Very, very costly. Okay, Favor of the Just. While friendly creatures have no damage, they can't be targeted. That's great until you want to target your own friendly creature, then you're kind of boned. Angel of Mourning. For every 5 cards in your graveyard, Angel of Mourning gains heal 1. That's pretty fancy, but really, in order to reach the amount of healing that you would get on, say the other thing that has 6 HP and just does nothing but heal pretty much, you'd have to have a lot of cards in your graveyard, so it's just not worth it. is just not worth it. You need a bunch of stats for it and such. Meh. Unless you're going for like full-on heal and you want all the heals in your deck, then, you know, why not? All friendly creatures with no damage gain charge, or all friendly creatures gain mending. That's pretty fancy. It's only until the end of the turn, and really at that point, do you need the charge? By the time you want to use something like this, I don't know, maybe it has some use. Crusader Vanguard. While Crusader Vanguard has no damage, it gains +1 and +1. Pretty damn good value, really. Very good. Quite like that. Memory Lapse. Top card of your opponent's library into the graveyard. When you play a creature, if Memory Lapse is in your graveyard, put it back in your hand. Goddamn mill, and it's pretty cheap too. Another one of these I already have. Plenty of them. Plenty of these. Mana Burst. Whenever a spell is played, deal to... Okay, yeah, it's good. Could use more of those for a spell hate deck if I do decide to make one. Lulls... screw that name. His Breath. Interesting. What does he do? He's literally going all DBZ on this shit. That's kind of impressive by itself. Enchanted friendly creature, permanent. Other creatures in the same row as enchanted creature cannot attack. When enchanted creature attacks or moves, destroy the card. Alright, but again, I mean, you're kind of screwing yourself there because you'd probably want to be backing that creature up. So, I don't really see a huge amount of use for it. Anyway, that was actually a decent haul, I suppose. And I know that this is coming out right after, you know, the last doc video having an Ishuma as well, but whatever. I wanted to make a Swiss out of it, since I've been going for the standard Freas, Crag, and Geront lineup recently. Something different. And I'll see you next time.